Alright, I think we are back alive and Spectre's delay is almost over. I think, perhaps. And the bits is looking good. So hopefully everything's fixed. And welcome back. And yeah, let's go chat, let's go. Coco is ready with his, 2-liter jug of water. And I'm here with my Yab Kausar, so I'm loving it. I'm pretty hyped up to see the first game. And what were you saying, Coco, before this? Before I rudely interrupted you and restarted the stream.
Honestly, I don't remember, but I think I was talking about team compositions. And Sigma has a I would say,
Funneling.
their power spike starts at mid game, right? So they're looking for good engages at 15-20 minute mark. Whereas for weekday, see, I can't even say the days without messing it up. It's weekday workers. For weekday workers, they have a more early. Their win condition is actually to get as many kills early game, and if anything goes wrong, fall back onto that vein, right? Because when you have like Kane and Silas, they do really well in earlier skirmishes, I would say, because what's happening right now that we see for Team Sigma is that they have a lot of very heavy level 6 engages, whereas for Team Weekday, I'm gonna say weekday warriors, but I'm just gonna screw that up. For weekday workers, right? They have a lot of engage tools pre-6. So ideally, what would be possible for them is that they could get early rotations towards bot lane or towards top lane, where they try and at least shut down. I would actually say that where they would try and shut down the Soraka, because Soraka mid isn't the most offensive of mid laners.
Yeah.
But she can be very annoying, and especially if she hits level 6 early, that enables top lane or bot lane to go for a very aggressive dive. So ideally, what you want to do is you want to prevent the Soraka from getting EXP as fast as she can, slow down that level 6 ultimate, and use that advantage to press towards top or bottom. Because once Team Sigma gets their level 6s and they start doing the rotations and the engages, it's a bit hard for weekday workers to respond quite well.
All right. With that said, we are now finally inside the rift between Team Sigma against weekday workers, and Team Sigma on the blue side, we have Wingless Crow on Irelia in the top lane, Born Majestic as jungle, Wukong Sanada as Soraka in the mid lane, Kazor as Ezreal in the bot lane, and Karwe as Yumi AD carry. And here we go, we have Bomb Control as Leona in the support. Wait a minute. How to play this game? As Renekton top lane FFK, as the Kane jungle. Kane apparently has gotten buffed, and pretty big buff too. A lot of bonus damage to minions, so that's actually pretty big. And his W's decaying slow has been upped by 20%, so 90% decaying slow. That's actually pretty big, especially if as you said, Kane early game pressure when it tries to go for the jungle push. And we have Silas in the mid lane, Vegetal Bullet as Vayne in the bot lane, ADK and Bomb Control as Leona support. And here we go again.
Yeah, but that's the fun thing you see, right? So I am aware of the Kane buffs that happen and what that's actually going to do for people who don't really understand what the... Hold on, are we going to get a pause real quick? I think they can request a pause, right?
Yep, they can definitely request a pause if they
Did you set this to tournament draft?
It is in tournament draft. So
did they call us or anything?
I am not sure. Mr. Moderators, if you guys can try to hop into the chat if they want to pause. Pause allowance is given, but depending on the team, they can pause or not. But
well, so far it looks like both teams are actually doing fine, so it shouldn't matter too much. Anyway, looking at top lane right now, we can see Irelia going for just a good, nice aggressive trade right there. Not mattering too much, but let's just talk about the jungle matchup real quick, right? So with the Kane buffs, what people won't realize is that the bonus damage given to his Q means that his clear is actually going to be exceptionally fast. But as I say that, I'm going to question the pathing of FF Kai right away because Kane excels at rushing level 3
Yeah.
by 2 minutes and 37, right? Which means that at 2:45, he should be at top lane going for quick gang. What I do not like about his pathing right now is actually he went for a Grom clear, which as a Kane, that is the most ineffective thing he can do. And as we can see top lane right now, how to play this game is just taking a lot of hits. He has to do a recall or he will get dived really quick. As you can see, Born Majestic there is already in the jungle. As we could pan the camera over there real quick, he's going to go for a quick counter jungle right there, and they are aware he's there, but there's nothing that weekday workers can do to defend against it, right? He could go for a smite steal, but that's the best you can do.
Yep,
like
and that
Renekton is pretty much low. As we can see, engage Silas coming in already, and looks like it's going to be who catches who. But the thing is, Soraka with the heals is going to be very, very annoying, and this is what happens. And see, we have Kane right now running for his life, and it's not really going to work too well. It's going to be first blood, and that's going to be a very aggressive flash from Irelia right now. She's trying to go for the kill, but it's not going to work out. But that's still a lot of damage going in. Wukong right now at the back getting ready, but nothing is happening. And so yeah, let's just go back to the Kane real quick, right? As anybody watching, if you want to play jungle and you're playing Kane, never ever do Grom. Especially not for your early clear. That is the worst, absolute worst thing you can do. Kane has a lot of AoE damage. There's a reason why you're taking Hunter's Talisman. It's a Hunter Talisman? Yeah, there's a reason why you take Hunter Talisman. But real quick, we have a gang at top lane. Renekton overstaying, he's going to quickly die. There's a red buff over there. I don't think that flash was necessary, but nonetheless, a kill going. Another kill going to Sigma. So yeah, back to the Kane thing. I just need to finish this, right?
Go for it, my guy.
If you do blue, you go to wolves. You take your 2 small wolves. Don't take the big one. Take 2 small wolves. You go straight to raptors. You clear raptors, and then you take red. You are instantly level 3. You're level 3 at like 240, 237, 240-ish. You have about 3/4 of your HP bar. You run to the top lane and you say surprise. Kane has actually one of the fastest jungle clears to be annoying and to burn burn a top lane or a mid lane flash right away before the enemy jungler can catch up. Okay, rant over.
Welcome back. And yeah, that was like what, a quick 2 kills, and we have like what, almost like 1.7, 1.6k gold lead in favor for Team Sigma right now, very early on, and looking great so far right now for them. Oh, and here we go. The game is gonna freeze up a little bit, but
I think your game is frozen. My game's totally fine.
So I am not sure why, but it does be like that sometimes. And by the time it's done, we are back in. There we go.
Do you mind fast forwarding your game real quick?
I don't think we can fast forward. Oh wait.
That's good enough.
Good enough.
You froze the game.
I didn't froze the game. The game.
Arena production, please.
Anyway. But if it's still
let's
going,
just talk about the game real quick, right? It is 2-0 in favor of Team Sigma right now. And one thing that we didn't mention, a lot of people would know by now, but Sigma, it is one of Brunei's best teams that we have, that we can provide for international tournaments right now. And we expect Sigma to do really, really well this considering everything, as we're going to get a quick fight in top lane, good skirmish between Irelia and Renekton. This is going to be a little bit dangerous for Renekton because he's casting skills before his passive actually comes up. But here we go, a very quick wish from the Soraka will keep her alive.
But from the looks of it, Renekton is winning, and that is the ultimate from Soraka. Yeah, we are a bit delayed. My screen against your screen.
I just noticed that we were delayed. I'm so sorry.
It's okay. It do be like that sometimes,
But see, this is what I was talking about, right? This is the wish that's coming up from Soraka. If you let the Soraka hit level 6 early, this enables you to make risky trades that look, you can bait your opponent, right? They think they're winning, and then a Soraka ultimate comes out, and you're like, oh shoot, that's it.
But
right? There's nothing you can do about it.
It comes with playing a Soraka in the mid lane is that you really need to have a good communication and synergy with your whole team, because like, the thing is, if the Soraka ults too early, it's gonna be good or bad. It can be either way.
Exactly.
But
And
since
here's the fun part. Oh yeah, you go first.
but since this is we're talking about Team Sigma here, they're pretty cohesive when it comes to teamwork. They know what they want to do. They know what they want to engage on and whatnot. So like, that's pretty something easy for them to control and play around compared to
Of course.
playing in like normal solo queue or you're playing with like other randos. So this is a good 5-man team co-op against other people, if you want to say it.
That's one way of putting it. And here's the fun thing, which is like Silas is actually an interesting pick where he can steal a lot of ultimates, which all of us should know by now. And it's an EXP war, right? Because of that death that happened in the skirmish at Red Buff, Silas couldn't get an ultimate, couldn't steal a Soraka ultimate to kind of respond in kind.
And the thing is
And
for Silas, because
yeah,
like I used to main Silas a lot, like last season I guess when I actually like played League a lot. But from the looks of it, Silas once he gets behind, it's gonna be a little bit hard to catch up, especially because he needs the transformation as soon as possible. Because for me,
you mean
like
Kane, right?
yeah, Kane. My bad, not Silas. Yeah, Kane. Because like if Kane misses that, the thing is gonna be a bit behind, and this is gonna be an engaged bot lane. Yumi is gonna use the ultimate on towards the Vayne, but Vayne is gonna get low. That is gonna be Ezreal missing his mystic shot. And a teleport from the top lane, but it is gonna get interrupted by the Renekton, and that is a 1v1 situation. And from the looks of it, Irelia has been losing one of those skirmishes. Without the help of Soraka, she probably would have been dead. So I have to say.
Exactly. Just a bit interesting because the Irelia is actually quite ahead in terms of just both items and gold against the Renekton. And, trading like that and losing, it's a feels bad moment. They both have Conquerors and Irelia has more auto attacks. So theoretically, Soraka should be doing more damage. But look at this Soraka. She's just zoning out of Silas.
Yeah.
Can you imagine you're a Silas and you're losing to a Soraka right now? Like
I know.
bad,
It's the melee aspect of Silas. If maybe Soraka against the Syndra, I bet the Syndra would have won, and that is going to be a stun being landed from the Irelia, but the ultimate from Irelia is going to land, and that is going to be a flash from the Renekton. He's going to go out, and Kai is going to be there. Ooh, the ultimate from Soraka is going to be there. Once again, Wingless Crow makes it out alive. FFK is going to be the next one on his list, and that is going to be a missed stun coming in from Irelia, and Silas barely walks out of there alive, and it looks like a free uncontested dragon for Team Sigma, and that is beautifully coordinated.
And the worst part is that this is a Cloud Dragon. This is exactly what Sigma needs.
Exactly what like both teams needs actually, because FFK again with the Kane, but yeah, never mind Kane. Kane is just gonna go down in the hands of Wukong. Monkey King doing the damage again, my guy.
Exactly, and this is the coordination of Team Sigma, right? Like Team Sigma is definitely like a very pro team and everything, but we're going to see another gank at top lane again. They're going to go for a round 2. Irelia, I don't think she's going to make it out alive this time.
Yeah, that is the ultimate from Kane, and that is going to be a dead Irelia. Kane with that 1 kill, maybe it'll be enough to get him his transformation, but like it's already 10 minutes. If you're not transformed by like what 10, if you're transforming late, it means I won't say you're bad, but like you're a bit behind. That's what I'm trying to say.
Exactly, and as we can see bot lane, we're going to have a quick skirmish right away. Yumi taking quite a little bit of damage, but it's not going to be too bad. Like Ezreal is not too high on mana, but it's going to be a quick trade. The thing about playing this specific bot lane matchup, especially with Vayne Leona, is that you're not looking for extended fights, not too often. You're trying to get a quick proc on the silver arrows, and quickly bail out.
Yeah, especially
get 3 stacks of Leona passive,
yeah,
proc all, and just burn the Yumi mana.
Oh, and that is going to be another Rift Herald secured by Team Sigma. That is a lot of objectives, and currently 11 minutes in, they are already ahead by what 3k, almost 3.5k gold lead compared to weekday workers, and it's going to be a steep mountain to climb.
It is going to be a really steep mountain to climb, because if you look at it right now, 11 but almost 12 minutes into the game, right? We have first item completed for everybody on Team Sigma, and as we are just going to go into another fight, another love fight, I guess, between the both of them. Irelia is just pushing her advantage and trying to find out what she can and cannot get away with.
Mhm.
But you also realize that it also means that Kane is kind of forced to always come top
Yeah.
to deal with this situation. And anytime that Kane is not at top, Renekton, you risk your Renekton dying. And now Kane is revealed to be at bot side. It gives there more reason for Irelia to be extra aggressive, as we can see the Wukong already rotating to top lane.
Yeah, Wukong on his way back top lane, and that is going to be a stun landing by the Aurelia, and that is her ultimate being missed. Will that be enough? Wukong is going to use the ultimate to secure that, but that is at the price of Sanadad. The ultimate from Leona is not going to land. The Zenith Blade is going to land, but Kane ultimate is going to get the finishing dub into that one. And that is a 1-for-1 trade. 3 people, I think, blew their ultimates in the mid lane. No, 2 people. Kane and Leona both using their ultimates. Just trying to get the Soraka alone. But, you know, first started up top lane. They can't even secure mid. Or even get any, you know, a lot of plates. So, it's not going to be cash money for them. They have to back off.
That's going to be a teleport coming to top lane from Renekton. I'm not too sure if I'm a big fan of that. Not especially in the way he did it. But it looks like they're going to collapse into top lane, trying to get quick kills onto both of them. Irelia and Wukong do not have their ultimates, so this should be a quick kill, especially with the Silas leaving the ult like that. Irelia's going to be caught right now, and looks like she's definitely going to die. And Wukong's like, you know what, see you later.
Wukong's the only one who made it out of there alive. Even though Irelia had the flash, this is going to be the 1v1 between Kaiser as well as Bringing the Blood. But the Yuumi is on the way. It's going to get rooted. The ultimate is going to miss. And will that be enough though? The silver bullets doing a lot of damage. Probably not going to be enough. And Yuumi can't really do anything against the Vayne.
That's the downside of being a Yuumi sometimes, which is Oh, should they pause here?
Yeah, they technically should have paused, but Ezreal is dead anyway, so I think they're just gonna try and continue on with it and hope he connects soon. Maybe, I don't know.
I think he's just reconnecting to see if the thing goes any better.
But
that's the thing about Yuumi, right? You have to decide when are you gonna stay attached, when are you gonna, split up with your ADC. Because after burning all the heals, there's no reason to stay. As we can see, Soraka getting caught again.
Another 3-man deck, never mind, but
right there.
That is a lot of heals coming in from the Soraka, but against 3 people, that probably might not be enough, but the Wukong comes here to save the day. Doing a lot of damage. Leona is going to go down instantly. Silas as well as Kane, they're just going to back off. I'm not going to try and contest that at all. The heals from Soraka, from the Yuumi there, yo, absolutely disgusting.
See, I told you, just think of this as a Sona Taric composition.
Yeah, you're right. Oh, that he is so low, and that is gonna be a shutdown kill for the Kane. How did Kane not die? He had red buff and everything.
Don't question it. But see, that's the really disgusting thing about this Soraka Yuumi, right? It's a very nice niche. It's basically a different version of Sona Taric, right? Sona Taric is you have 2 healers where Taric is actually using his ultimate for an offensive engage with vulnerability, whereas you have Yuumi Soraka where you think you have them, but you actually don't. Because in that scenario when we saw earlier, the thing is everyone huddled around Soraka and gave her the best scenario for her to regenerate with her Q.
Yeah.
Soraka Star Call, right, gives her a decent amount of HP regeneration, especially when she's low on mana. Low on health. And the fact that there were 3 people there, which meant that she could just regenerate like I think about 150 health per Q. And on top of that, she gets faster regeneration. She gets passive regeneration, then she gets heal from Yuumi. That's just a lot of heal, You have to count for that. And that's also another problem. Like, we are not seeing enough previous wounds coming out from the.
That's gonna be another kill from Wingless Crows, yeah.
Right now.
Okay, and here we go again. Soraka is gonna be the first one getting aimed again by the Silas. Not gonna be enough, but I'm not sure if you saw that fight. Irelia essentially just solo killed a Vayne. Makes a lot of sense. Irelia is very strong. She has the Triforce. She does have the Tiamat right now on her. So, pretty much easy clap on her. Vayne with the board alone ain't gonna do much, I feel. Especially if, the Irelia lands everything. And that is another uncontested dragon by Team Sigma. They have the vision. A couple of pig wards still left alive there, but I'm not gonna question it. You know?
Did they even spot that pink board? I feel like they never. They just did it.
Yeah, I same. Because like they did have good amount of deep wards on towards weekday workers jungle, so they didn't really have to deal with it. Like they're pretty confident in that regards, I guess. That's why they probably missed it.
Exactly. Now, actually, if you look at the vision from weekday workers right now, they actually have a very interesting line of vision that is just about to be broken. They actually have the entire river warded, like both rivers right now. As you can see here, they almost got a smite steal onto
almost,
the
but not
barrel.
gonna be enough. FFK is gonna be the first one to fall in that fight, and Silas is gonna be the next one. Did they manage to get it? No, wait.
No, they did not. They didn't.
Okay, yeah, Sigma got it. Okay, it kind of looked like they almost did, but that is gonna be Leona going down very, very low. And the thing is, Bugado Blood, the only one left remaining. 1 versus 3. Probably won't be enough. The stun and root from Raka is not gonna land. Trying to outmaneuver the rest of them, but hey, you have 4 people on your face. Can't really do anything in that situation.
You may have all the double lift mechanics in the world, but nothing will save you from CC.
And that is Rift Herald, still alive. Gonna use it to push again another day. 18 minutes in, this is the first game. A lot of confidence, Team Sigma showing a very strong beginning in this fight.
And they're getting so much value out of that Shelly too. They have, could you move your mouse away? They have so much value out of that Shelly. They got the top tier turret. They have the second mid turret. This is just going really, really wrong for weekday workers right now. It's 19 minutes into the game, 11-5. We have 7,000 gold advantage, and Wukong is basically the main carry.
Essentially, yeah, he does have 9 kills, so that's like what, essentially 19% of the kills.
Looks like we're gonna have a skirmish right now. Looks like they decide to disengage.
Never mind. I was ready to zoom out and everything, but like everybody just backed off. They did. I mean, Sigma does not have any vision in that jungle, so not gonna risk it at all. Whilst the Ezreal is still down in the mid lane.
And it's actually good discipline from weekday workers to actually pull back too. Like they know that they might have a numbers advantage, but they also know that if there's a Yuumi and a Soraka there, they probably are not getting the kill.
Yeah, it's probably gonna be a little bit too hard for them to fight in that situation. Everyone's just gonna back off, play chill. And Born Majestic on the red buff. Clearing the jungle with 9 kills. Where were we again? Yeah, Wukong with 99% of the kills. Or what? I would say like 98. With Irene having 2.
You can't do math. That is not 98.
Okay, probably what?
That's 80. That's about 87% of the kills.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Someone go quickly get a calculator and check what's 9 divided by 11. But anyway. Looks like Wukong's actually gonna run straight into the jungler Kane right there, and he's gonna be caught with his pants on, and he's already flashing right away, but he's not gonna survive as Wukong's gonna go in with the cyclone right there. Renekton forces use the dominance, trying to flash out. It looks like Wukong is gonna slowly get up. There's gonna be
the heals from
the
Raka
cyclone, but it's not gonna work out.
That Soraka heal just like that, what, 400 healing to her, and that is a lot of healing, and that is gonna be like what, 2 versus like 4 right now.
Exactly, and look at this. Leona is just slowly running. There's nothing she can do. She's just blowing her stun. She can't do anything.
And the heals from Soraka just keep it Born Majestic alive. My guy, that is pretty disgusting if I do say so myself. They're just gonna funnel towards whoever is gonna be the main carry. 15-5, 10k gold lead for Team Sigma. FFK there, I don't think he can even do anything at that point. Trying to defend is gonna be a little bit difficult, and I think if you like slowed down a little bit, that was technically a team wipe because everybody else died,
It pretty much is. And you know what's the worst part about this whole scenario is that Wukong did not buy Spirit Visage. Neither do Soraka nor Yuumi have any additional healing from items yet. They don't have Redemption, they don't have Ardent Sensor. They haven't bought any of those items, and that's what you're dealing with. So if you see Soraka and Yuumi together, you can just say, you know what, let's just abort the kill.
it's gonna be a tad bit too hard to kill. And Silas is the only one with grievous wounds with the Morelos, but
Kane has Executioner's Calling too, so that's not too bad.
yeah. But I feel like it's a little bit too late. If they have foreseen this a bit earlier.
No, actually, Kane actually had the Executioner's Calling since about, I think, 12, 14 minutes
Really?
in.
Okay, so
It just was not enough to do anything. Like, if you remember that little shenanigans at mid lane when Yumi just came in and saved Soraka from a 3-man gang, like, they had 2 Grievous Wound items and it didn't do anything.
That's just a big feels bad man kind of moment, you know, man. All like inhibitor top lane is gone, inhibitor mid lane is gone. They're just gonna funnel this push towards bot lane. They have
and look at that aggressive push. That's gonna be a dead vein right there.
Yep, it is a dead vein. And here we go again. We're Born Majestic trying to go in for some more of that, and Kazor is gonna get the kill, secure on towards that kill, and this might be GG at 22 minutes in. They want to try and get some more, a bit too greedy, but hey, at this point they can do whatever they want. First, next turret is gonna go down. Second turret is gonna go down. They're gonna end this game. No one's gonna even try and contest. Only
they're gonna try and get a few kills first. Come on, let's be honest.
Yeah, look at that. Everyone is in front of them
before the game's gonna end.
Will we see a kill though? But how to play this game is doing a lot of damage, but not gonna be enough, and that is gonna be 22-minute game with Team Sigma getting the first W. Ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna head on into a short break before we go on into match number 3 or 4, whichever it is.
A match.
And we'll see you guys again after the break. Bye bye.
Tapsilog is a traditional Filipino cuisine. It's also one of Rasicheria Cafe's signature dishes. It is prepared by using thin slices of meat and curing them with salt and spices as a preservation method. Now I usually prefer my Tapsilogs crispy, just like how Lola makes it back home.
At first, we had an idea of creating retail space, but the idea evolved to something more value and character, which is evident inside and all around the box. And that's how the box was created.
And welcome back to Weekend Warriors X ESB League of Legends Online Tournament, and this is gonna be match number 3 between ITG against Phantasm. I hope you guys weren't waiting for too long. They were all here, ready and rolling, prepared to fight, and we started a little bit early. And here we go again. We have. Wait, let me make sure I get their names right. I don't want to mess up. ITG on the blue side and Phantasm on the right side. We have Thresh being banned out for the first one, and that is gonna be another ban from Olaf, and Phantasm banning the Soraka and Morgana. I think they saw the match between Team Sigma against Weekday Workers, and they're just gonna ban out the Soraka right out, I think.
Well, yeah, Soraka's a pretty obnoxious champion, regardless of whether you're going to run that comp. Yeah, we're not going to talk about that comp too much, really, because I'm not trying to offend anybody, but I don't expect anybody to be practicing that specific comp.
Yeah, because it is a bit niche, as you said before, so makes a lot of sense.
It's a very, very niche comp, and it requires a lot of coordination that I believe that a lot of the teams that we have in this tournament today are not towards that amount of dedication and caliber, right? They could, like, you could be a bunch of friends joining into tournament for fun. You would be practicing, what your best champ, what certain comps, but you wouldn't practice like niche comps. Like, these are like one-off comps that it works, but then what are you going to do after that? Like, I don't think we are going to have too many people who are practicing this kind of thing. You could, but it's going to be hard, and it's not something you practice in 1 month. I can tell you that right now.
Yeah, that is for sure. Unless you are
Anyway,
mechanically gifted, and
Chad might kill me for talking too much about story, so let's just go into the pick and bans.
Okay.
We have 2 jungler bans on the side of who's on the left side actually. I
left
forgot.
side is gonna be ITG. On the right side is going to be Phantasm.
So ITG having an interesting Poppy pick right there. I believe that's going to be a Poppy jungle. Nope, that's going to be
Poppy
a
top. Poppy top. Standard Darwin jungle. But no, the thing is, you are gonna be playing against a set and a misfortune, so that's gonna be annoying. So having maybe having the Poppy ultimate, trying to knock them out of out of their ultimates or something might help.
It might be interesting, but I'm just going to say that I'm not a fan of the Poppy early pick because Poppy actually doesn't do anything against
Set.
No, well, Set, that's one thing. What was it?
Phantasm. Yeah.
Phantasm? Right, okay. Sorry, I had a different word in my head. No, let's never mind. So, the thing about this is that usually you would pick a Poppy against dashes. The thing is, there's only a Set and misfortune. Like, there was no reveal of a dash.
But the thing is,
So-
Set doesn't. Yeah, as you said, Set doesn't even dash.
Yeah, exactly. Like, sure, the Ornn is now, and it makes a bit more sense. But picking a Poppy this early doesn't means that you're letting your opposing team say, all right, I'll let you pick. We'll just not pick dash champions, right? We'll just pick the ones that walk in your face. Olaf is bad, sure. Thresh is bad. So I'm actually gonna be more interested in what the mid lane pick is going to be, since both top lanes have been decided, both jungles have been decided.
Yeah.
It's brand could be either mid or support, right? We're not sure yet. I'm leaning towards brand support just because how trends usually go. But as we see here, that's going to be a Trundle
Jungle.
hold on.
I mean,
No, that's going to be a Trundle support.
Trundle. Okay, I'm calling it now, Ethan. Coco. Trundle jungle or support.
No.
Yes.
Or top, Trundle jungle, Set support.
Yeah, that could go. That would work. I allow it. Oh, dude, but Lulu though. Lulu support.
All right,
is
so we're gonna
be
have Lulu lock in. So with this composition, I'm expecting something either Ash or Vayne, someone towards a hyper carry because
Sivir
might be an
even
interesting
better.
one too.
Even better.
No,
Oh.
Personally, I think Ash would be better for the utility because you look at the team that you have, you don't actually have reliable hard CC.
Yeah.
Zaya will work, right? The CC not as strong as Ash per se, but at least you have a more consistent route. Because the problem with the team composition like ITG they have right now is that they don't really have a point and click stun. All of their CC, well, except for Lulu, but all of the CC that they have require some technical work, right? Brand needs to land his passive, and he needs to land a Q. Poppy needs a wall. Jarvan needs to land EQ. Lulu is the only one point and click, and Zaya, you must have feathers up, right? Whereas we look on the other side of Phantasm. Phantasm has very heavy, bulky lineup, which means that they are actually planning to dive the backline as much as possible, and they might actually leave their misfortune for that more than half the time. I will say this right now. You have Victor, who is going to be probably the only zone control that you will have against the diving backline. But I believe that generally what we're going to expect from this team, especially in terms of team fight, is that Orange is going to use his engage. Set's going to come in, and if Jarvan's going to come in, Set's going to say get out.
True.
Right? That's what I'm expecting. That's what I'm expecting. If it's not Set, it's going to be Poppy, right? And here's what Poppy's dilemma is. If 3 people are diving at you, if Trundle's diving at you, if Ornn is diving at you, if Set's diving at you, and they're coming in different directions, how are you going to save your ADC?
It most definitely will be tough, especially, MF. He needs to survive to deal more damage. I mean, like any other AD carry, am I right? And comparing MF to Azaya, which has, like, her ultimate to safeguard her away from, CC and whatnot, I think MF is going to be a bit hard. Unless, either the Set or Victor is going to be the one who's going to be carrying their team. So, we just have to wait and see. And right now, spectators delay. Ladies and gentlemen, hope you guys are doing well at home. Don't forget to grab some water, grab some snacks. It's going to be a cool round of games for this evening. And for those who are wondering who won in game number 2, game number 2 was won by, if I'm not mistaken, it was Team Insight. They won by 5 to... Let me double check it just to make sure I don't get my facts wrong. Wait a minute.
You want facts right, not facts wrong.
Right. I mean, yeah.
All right, let's just discuss this team fight a bit more. I think the interesting thing actually that we're going to see is the mid lane. These are 2 very old traditional mages, I will say, in terms of mid lane matchup. We're going to have Brand versus Victor, something we probably haven't seen in at least like 5 years.
Let's not talk about
regular matchup. Right, but I feel like the more interesting thing we're going to see here, besides the mid lane matchup, is still the jungle matchup. I'm not too sure how well jungle set works, but from what my memory serves, Jarvan should have a faster clear time, by at least like 3 to 5 seconds, which means that Jarvan has gank priority, and considering the setup we have, which is Poppy versus Ornn at top lane. I'm expecting the Ornn to push into the Poppy because as much as Poppy is good as anti-dash, Ornn has better engage skills against a Poppy, so that I think Poppy will lose in the level 1 to 3 trades.
Poppy. Yeah, I can see that. Because I feel like Poppy...
And so what this does is that it sets up for Jarvan to be able to gank top by the 2 minute 45-ish mark, because you're expecting the Poppy to not win the lane and Ornn to push, right? So this sets it up. Hopefully that's what we see in the first 3 minutes of the game. Bot lane is going to be a little standard farm fest, right? Because we have a Trundle who is very good at preventing engages, which means that if Zaya and Lulu think about going in, hey, we're wrong. Wait, what am I saying? It's set support. I convinced myself it was set jungle, wasn't it?
Yeah, you did. See, I told you it was a Trundle jungle.
Oh boy.
What'd I say?
No, I was right already. I said set support. I forgot about it. Anyway, scratch that.
So
Jungle Trundle has a bit more priority.
yeah, Jungle Turtle will definitely have a bit more priority, and with the with the skin, it looks
Jungle
kind
Trundle
of.
has way more priority. I'm actually interested in the face rush buy.
Uh huh.
I'm not sure if face rush is something I would run on a Trundle. And more because when you're playing as a Trundle and you're ganking, usually your pillar and your W, your frozen zone should be more than enough to catch up to your opponent. And you're usually running blue smite.
Mm-hmm. And here we go again, back in
Not
it in the game.
Oh, sorry. Not only that, right? It's that I'm just trying to think. You're usually running Conquerors on Trundle so that you have as much sustain as possible as you're going all in for those auto attacks. So I'm just interested to see whether the face rush is actually gonna pay off or it's gonna bite them more often because I just have a gut feeling that Conqueror on Trundle would have been more effective.
Same, I
As we
do
start into
agree
the
with
game.
that, but maybe it's like one of those because you know how Darius can also run phase rush in the top lane.
30 seconds until
So
minions
maybe it's like one
Yeah,
of
it
those
could be one of those
situations.
niche things, right?
Yeah, maybe it's like one of those. Like if you're real, if you're really good at a champion, like you just know what you want to do. There's like other flexible like runes and whatnot. And before we start off, let's go to the rundown. We have on the blue side team. Wait, let me check again. Oh, I keep forgetting.
It's ITG versus Phantasm,
ITG, yeah,
right?
ITG
You told
versus.
me, you told me this twice.
I did tell you twice, but I just want to make sure. Okay, I remember Phantasm, but yeah, Okay, so for those who was wondering who won match number two was won by Team Insight in a matchup. I think it was like what 5-20 something along the line with a 33-minute victory. So it's like one of the longer games, if I do say so myself. And okay, back to this game. ITG, I think good versus Phantasm. We have level 2 Crook as the Poppy top lane, Nori as Jarvan in the jungle, Silver in NA as Brad in the mid lane, One Raindrop as Zaya AD carry, Everyday Hero as Lulu in the support, and Zimra on the red side. We have Phantasm, Zimrantau in the top lane as Ornn top, one hit as Trundle in the jungle, Ryzen Hiroman as Victor, Victor mid, Chipsmore as Misfortune AD carry, and Paru as set support.
Yep. All right. Now, once you're done with all of that, let's just look at Trundle real quick because actually, Trundle started the counter jungle already. They do have a ward spotting him, so that they actually are going to go for a parallel jungle instead. They're doing what we call vertical jungling.
Yes, sir.
I'm just not a. Okay, I might be nitpicking, right? But I don't. I'm not a fan of doing. I believe it's
Vertical?
called Krugs.
Krugs, yeah, because like usually you would want to start chickens first compared to Krugs, because Krugs would take a little bit more time and if I'm not mistaken, a bit more damage, I feel.
Extremely, because okay, sorry guys, and you're just gonna hear me run all night at this point, but especially in a jungle matchup like this, right, where both Jarvan and Trundle actually are very good level 3 clears, ideally you would want to clear as fast as possible and go for level 3 gang in mid, right? At that point, mid should only be level 2, so you could quickly burn a flash. But both junglers are actually farming each other's jungle and doing vertical jungling. And the first gang is going to come at like 3 minute 15, which is really, really, really late. As we're going to see
and there we
gang
go.
right now.
One hit is gonna go try, and that is gonna be the QE combo from Ornn, and that is going to land him a first blood. Poppy did not manage to use any summon spells during that short skirmish. She was already low while fighting against the Ornn, and that is first blood and a beautiful gank by Trundle.
Here's a hot take for me right now.
Go
Poppy should have been alive.
Yeah, she could have flashed that, honestly.
No, the moment Trundle came up, she should have stunned the Trundle and flashed out.
Yeah. Or
That would have guaranteed to not die, base, and teleport back. The thing is, I actually really don't like this right now, which is she teleported back and Trundle actually just left top lane. If I were in this scenario, you would want to set up for a second gank because you know that they was to teleport already.
teleport
Right?
early
You want to
was
burn the
burned.
flash.
Yeah, so another gang, and that is
I
going to be
see
a
this
route that
engage
is
right away
very,
onto
very
the mid
unfortunate.
Right now they're getting really offensive, and one more feather will do the trick. Right now, Set is slowly running. He got polymorph, but he should be fine. He has a big shield.
Yep, not going to use the Haymaker. There's no Super Saiyan mode for him. Like, I feel like the misfortune mistake was like she's underestimating the feather's position a little bit too much there. Keep getting stunned again, and Paru is gonna get the pull on towards him. The hero not gonna be enough, and that stun is not gonna land. But the Haymaker will not do as much damage as he would have thought. Not about anything, but the Trundle is coming his way down in the bot lane, and level 2 Crook dealing a lot of damage there, taking a lot of damage.
A flash already coming in by Set. They're gonna get the Zaya right away.
Oh, that's great though.
Life.
You know, I wasn't expecting Zaya to at least get set with him. She does still have her heal up and everything, but hey, we take those 2-2.
That is actually good discipline. If you know that you are going to die, you do not burn your heal so that you can use it for it later.
Mm-hmm.
That's not a lot. That's not something that a lot of people will actually have. As we have a pause here, I'm assuming it's going to be a connection issue or someone's Wi-Fi's down.
Mm-hmm. Yep, there we go. He is gonna.
Never mind. Toilet break. Toilet break shouldn't be allowed. What is going on? What is this nonsense?
Well, I guess they are allowed to do
You're
whatever.
supposed to pee before the match.
I know, right? They even like.
Anyway, just give us time to talk about a few things.
Go on, Coco. What you want to talk
Top
about?
lane. Let's talk about top lane, right? I think we
take.
can move the map. Yeah. Let's talk about top lane. We know and
Can't
we
move the map.
expected that top lane would lose. Which we got.
We expected
And
it.
where is our Jarvan? But
Bot.
sure, early game the scenario was different, right? Because you ended up with vertical jungling for both sides, which means that Jarvan was 100% bot side and Trundle was top side. And this is what I actually slightly kind of didn't like about ITG, which is if you pay attention to games more seriously, jungle ganks always happen within the 250 mark towards the 330 mark, and you had a ward at your own blue and you knew that Trundle was there, which means that if he doesn't gank you at 3 minutes after he stole your blue, he's coming after Scuttle, and if you stay up past your midpoint, that's your own fault at that point.
Yeah. For those who don't know, Scuttle spawns at 315 or 313. I don't remember either one, but around that area. So more jungling the Junos coming in. But yes, 5 minutes in, 2-2, and like a good gold lead from Phantasm, or a couple hundred gold. Almost 1k actually. Wait, no. It is 1k. No, it's not.
It's about 500 gold
500.
advantage right now.
I was like trying to count there in my brain, but
Look, quarantine has done a lot of bad math to you, apparently.
Apparently.
But anyway, let's
Remember,
back
I
to the
can't
game
count.
real quick. Looks like we're gonna have a quick gang by Jarvan onto the bot lane right now. They're missing the EQ combo actually, so they're just trying to get some damage onto Set. But remember, Set actually has a haymaker there, giving him a lot of shield. They're just barely gonna make it, and it's gonna be a lot of damage back on towards ITG actually, as MF actually could have almost gotten a kill if she pushed it just a little bit more.
I think they were just trying to play it very safe because they don't have any summoners at all. Level 2
Exactly.
dealing with the Ornn feels bad, man. And the brand is still yeah, he probably just reset and went back to base. And Ornn
Back, yes.
not Ornn. Trundle still does have control over topside jungle. He did manage to take the blue. Oh no, not yet. Blue buff has not reset, but he did manage to take a couple of jungle camps along the way. So vertical jungling is still there from the Trundle, because I feel like they know that Poppy is doing a bit too bad, and they're trying to capitalize on that.
And you know what? That for me, it feels like such a waste because they are actually not tracking the jungler right now, right? For people who do not know what I mean, jungle tracking is something so you kind of pay attention where the enemy jungler is. And the thing is, they're actually not doing jungle tracking pretty well, as we're gonna have a quick game on the top lane right now. Poppy actually using a good ultimate right there, getting back into tart range, I think that was a very bad idea, as she is now 100% dead. Because now Victor is just gonna walk back in and say, "Hey, I'm back."
Oh, you tried now. That is gonna be a free kill for Ryzen Hiruman. But the thing is, you know, the Orn missed his ultimate, but oh, come on, the Orn is gonna die. Yep, that is gonna be a free dragon for ITG. That was also a 1-for-1 trade in the top lane. I feel like Orn could have survived that early, and the ultimate from Orn should have been a bit better. And Nori is gonna get ganked, and the Hextech Flash coming in, but the slow from Miss Fortune is not gonna land, and the double up barely misses as well, and Nori just barely makes out of there alive. A lot of coulda, woulda, shouldas literally just happened right about now. Orn misses ultimate by a log shot. If he would have landed that, Poppy ultimate wouldn't have landed on towards the Victor, and it would have been a clean kill. He would have made it out alive. But hey, the communication or like the teamwork, I guess, or something, you know.
You know, it's one thing
Maybe
to
it's
miss the
not
Orn
very
out, but I don't want to heavily criticize things, but that decision from Poppy to push Orn back into the tower was extremely questionable, because there was nothing to get Orn into tower aggro. Like, if with that health, Orn could have just auto attacked and killed Poppy, which almost happened. You were better off stunning Gromp and running away.
But I feel like, I don't know, because like usually you can say it's, never mind, another fight is happening at the jungle, but from the looks of it, one hit is going to use Subjugate on towards Nori, and that is the ultimate from Ryzen Hiruman, and he is going to get another kill. Orn is near, you know, he's with them trying to provide backup, but so far not going to work out well for the Jarvan. He has lost top lane jungle control, top side jungle control so much that, you know, can't even go safely, and this just feels bad, man.
It is, and the thing about right now for ITG, right, is that they actually have to make a choice, right? You know that both sides has been doing vertical jungling for at least the whole game for 10 minutes already. As we have a fight in the bot lane first, there's going to be a quick engage, and the bullet time coming from Miss Fortune. Xayah forced to use the feathers, but actually gets a kill right there.
Xayah doing a lot of
respecting
damage. What I say, the feathers, fam, they not reading it right. But she dealt quite a good amount of damage before using her ultimate to jump back up, and Nori there again against one hit. Both of them are at level 6. Item was relatively even as well. And yo, ITG's bot lane has been winning these fights so far. Oh, there we go, another
As you can see, the Jarvan using Cataclysm right away, trying to get to the Trundle, and actually the Pyroclasm right there going into the sorry, I forgot who it is, but right now we're gonna have a good Orn ultimate, getting 2 kills right off the bat. Victor running for his life. That's still gonna be just barely enough to keep him alive. And it's gonna be a 1v1 top lane versus top lane right now. Poppy and Orn. Actually, Orn, I don't think you should be chasing, because it's actually going to be really bad for you as Poppy misses the stun rate there. Oh, that would have been really good as they both missed the knockout. Alright, I just get out of it.
Yo, what is this top lane fight? It feels like both of them are just like, you know, memeing with each other at the same time.
I have never been so disappointed in my life.
Yeah, I didn't want to say it.
No, but that was bad. Nothing you could say. That was just bad. I'm sorry, guys. Anyway.
Okay. Let me.
Sorry. All right. Let's just talk about that bot lane fight right away. Okay. So the Xayah ultimate was actually really good because she did mitigate a lot of damage. I think Set actually did not respect that there was going to be a lot of feathers, right? 5 feathers is enough to root. And he walked right into Xayah, which means that the 5 feathers were guaranteed to hit. Like, if you stay to the side and, you know, dodge as many as possible, I think Set could have went in for the kill. But Set was just not respecting all this feather, and he just walked in and he just got rooted, and bam. He took 5 feathers, he took way extra damage, and, you know, we're going to see a bot lane setup right now. Let's just see what's going to happen.
Oh, do they have worse? No, but the thing is, Trundle is within the area as well as the Victor, so they can just, you know, meet each other up whenever the Jarvan is trying to gank him. But I feel like it's gonna be a good 3v3 in the bot lane. But so far, a couple more skirmishes in the top lane. But Ornn is 2 levels above the Poppy, and here we go.
Alright,
That is the teleport.
bot lane right now. Set is already going engaging in. It's going to be a good full time. Gets 2 people right away, and looks like they're going to get 3. And that is a very good teleport. It wasn't the Ornn, it was the Victor teleport that got him actually.
And Victor
it looks like they're going to claim for this first turret right here.
Victor got a triple kill in that team fight alone. Yo, okay, we're gaming. I think that is it. The Victor dealt a lot of damage, and yeah, from the looks of it, it might not be first turret. They managed to get a couple of plays, and right now Dragon is going to be up for the taking. They do have Scuttle Crab in favor for ITG, so they know that they're doing Scuttle. Jarvan is making his way down there as well. Maybe he can try and steal it, maybe not, who knows.
No, I think this was actually a heavy mistake on the side of ITG. Like how do I put this? Like, you noticed that they abandoned bot turret when they could have actually taken it, right? Which means that it signals for a dragon fight. It signals for a dragon attempt. And instead of checking dragon, he just went straight for red buff. So which means that they decided to give it away. Which, it's fine if you decide to give it away, but at least confirm where they are.
Yeah.
Because we could have been in a scenario where Jarvan could have tried to make a hero play and do a smite steal, or at least scare Phantasm away from the dragon, right? Because everyone was respawning and they actually did dragon quite late.
And here we go, the stalemate again against the top lane. Rift Herald is up for taking 14 minutes in. 3 and 9 in favor for Phantasm with a very sizable amount of gold lead, about 4k, 3 point something. And so far so good. They enjoying their lead. They loving it. And here we go. That not yet. Yeah, the pick word is gonna get spotted, but hey, not gonna try and deal with it. They do have division game between both teams. It's not there.
And here's the fun thing. Set actually sees Lulu right there, and no, they're gonna just ward off right away. Yeah. And look at that. That's gonna be yet another setup for top lane right now. As we can see, 3 people going to slowly cover towards top lane, but they're actually aiming for the blue right now. So here's the thing. For Poppy, like, top lane is just gone.
Yeah, and the fact that Phantasm, or the Trundle, in fact, still has good control over enemy topside jungle just shows like, yo, can't do anything about that. We have we strong, can't even try to contest. Jarvan is still like farming bot side, and even though he is relatively even in terms of CS with the Trundle, I just feel like the Trundle has more pressure. He does. I mean, like, he's been ganking.
Trundle
he has 7 assists, even though that means he's been ganking lanes a lot, but still keeping up in CS with the Jarvan, and that is the ultimate.
You can see the Chaos Storm out of Victor right away. He's gonna end the Brand right away. There's not much Brand could do, wasting Flash super early, only to die right away. That's gonna be a quick bullet time from Misfortune to clear the wave, just to prevent a dive.
And
that's quite sad for now, as they're gonna get a second turret as well.
That is gonna be 2 turrets in favor for Phantasm, doing a lot of well-played coordination. It feels like both of them, all of Phantasm is in the same page. They know what they want. They've been rotating very good. If you look at the channel,
we can see here, they're going to set up for a dive right now. The turret is almost gone already. They should just get the turret first, but no, they're actually very split and they engage right now. Jarvan's finally going in for the EQ combo. He gets the Cataclysm, but MF is already flashing out of there, and both of the flashes are out, and that's it. And we're going to get a teleport right now from Ornn as he comes from the back right now. It's going to be a 3v3. No, it's going to be a 4v3 right now.
There we
using
go.
her ultimate right there. And she's going to get a few roots, but it looks like that Ornn ultimate will get her down, and it's going to be a 5v3, and that's going to be a 2-for-0 exchange in favor for Phantasm. That just went so wrong for ITG.
Because ITG, they use their abilities relatively early. For Lulu especially, ulted kind of early during the fight, even though they were just trying to tower dive, even though the turret was already pretty low. She used the ultimate anyway. I feel like Jarvan could have tanked a couple of shots during that fight, but they went a little bit too deep, and the teleport from Ornn Zimrantau doing mighty fine there during that team fight. Well, see what I mean?
But not only that, the fight was really just not coordinated properly. Like, they should have waited just one more second, break the turret, because just break the turret first, then go in, right? Like the moment Jarvan showed himself, they ran right away. As we see, another engaging and Chaos Storm almost taking out Zaya over there. As we're going to see a Zonias from Nori on the Jarvan right now. But it's going to be 2 people dead right away. And it's going to be right now 1 more kill going in favor for Phantasm. A triple kill on that Victor. The Victor is 10-0 right now. He's really, really fed. Things are just not looking good for ITG.
Victor is very, very big. He just needs to get like what, a Lich Bane right now. And that Q will deal so much damage. That is second tower in the bot lane getting destroyed, and second tower mid lane gonna get destroyed. Inhibitor tower in the bot lane is gonna get hit a lot. They're probably gonna get it. No one's gonna even try and contest it from the looks of it. By the time they arrive, it's gonna be over, but it might be at the cost of the Trundle, and that is gonna be the EQ flash combo from Nori, and one hit is gonna flash out of it, and Cataclysm is gonna get both of them, and Zaya will not be able to finish him. And that is a trade 1-for-1 as of right now. The Ornn ultimate is gonna land, but the bullet time is not gonna hit anyone, and another double kill for the Victor. And Set here is gonna manage to get the pull, and that is gonna be the showstopper into Haymaker, into a triple kill.
No,
what does the turret do? He gets the Quadra! Come on, Poppy, you gotta give it to him. No, he's dead. Never mind, he got hit by the turret. Come on.
I'm just gonna say, you got debated, but I'm just gonna say this: Zaya had no reason to die.
Zaya did not have any reason to die. Honestly, she could have just like not do anything. Dude,
What?
that was
19 minutes. We are 19-7 right now in favor for Phantasm. Things are not really looking too good for ITG. I'm trying to think how they can salvage the situation right now, and it's really tough because the jungle control that Phantasm is extruding right now is just so immense.
I feel like they lost jungle control the moment Jarvan just let them took his top set jungle, because it just made Poppy a bit more harder to play. If you think about it,
that's one thing, but I also think that they also just didn't adapt properly, because when you have a situation when you're just vertical jungling, you kind of have to adapt in the sense that, all right, if we're abandoning top lane, then we need to make sure that we set up something for mid or we set up something for bot, and neither of that happened. He was just a very poorly executed EQ combo in, whereas when Trundle came in, the lane was always set up for Trundle to go in properly, right? When Trundle engages, it's always in the scenario that Poppy is pushing just a little bit too far, enough to slow the Poppy down and just not allow her to escape. Whereas bot lane, they kept pushing, so they had only a dive setup for Jarvan. But the thing was, MF and Set are very good defensive. They're very good at defending under the turret, right? Which means that an EQ combo wouldn't really kill them unless you were really fed.
it froze a little bit. Why does this happen? And it unfroze. This game. Why are you doing it like this? And back at it again. Bot lane is gonna be pushing in favor for Phantasm. They do not have any vision control over Baron at all, or even the top side jungle. And it's just bad. They don't even have like the blue trinket for long range, so they don't have to face check. And from the looks of it, it is going to be a free uncontested Baron for Phantasm, and it might look like they want to close up game. They just need to probably they don't even have to reset. They can probably don't want to reset, go back, and let's go. Here we go again. We fight.
I mean, at this point, there's not too much reason to reset. The only people who actually need to buy would be Ornn and Victor, and Ornn is Ornn. You don't really need to buy either.
True. And Victor, though, he finally got the Lich Bane insta-bited after that Quadra. So, that's going to be big. So, whenever, whoever gets, look at that damage. What? 40% gone. And that's not even...
And you know what? Just looking at the way Phantasm is playing right now, they're just playing really textbook League of Legends, right? You're ahead, you take the Baron, and now you do the 4-1 split push.
And it is working out for them. That is going to be top lane. Demolish from the Ornn is going to work out well for him. Poppy trying to look for something on the side with the Jarvan,
Poppy,
but hey. Oh, what you trying to do, Poppy? Can't really do anything. Level 2 Crook can't beat a level 14 Ornn.
There's not much you can do about that, as we can see that Phantasm is slowly going to push into the base of ITG right now. There's not much ITG can do until engaging slightly questionable. They're going all in on the Victor right now. They just want to kill him for the sake of killing at this
from
point.
the looks of it, but the bullet time though, doing a lot of damage. Level 2 Crook is forced to go gold, but one hit taking a lot of turret shots. What am I even trying to say? That is currently a 3-4-2, and they did manage to get all the inhibitors down, but like at this point, you're fighting against tanks and
on the range out, trying to just kite there, but not good enough. Paru over there with the set, just dragging them in. That's going to be a quick game already, and that is going to be a win for Phantasm. Flashing for the quick swag kill onto the Lulu, but that's just not going to go through.
That is game. GG to Phantasm, and here we go. We're gonna head on into a short break, and if you guys want to know so far right now, the game between XP Gaming against who are they fighting? Okay, let me check. Team EXA currently 18 and 16 in favor for Xperia. We'll update you guys again on who is going to be the winner for that match. So as always, hope you guys enjoy. Be right back and see you guys again after the break.
Wait, before we go, I just want.
Tapsilog is a traditional Filipino cuisine. It's also one of Rasicheria Cafe's signature dishes. It is prepared by using thin slices of meat, and curing them with salt and spices is a preservation method. Now, I usually prefer my tapsilogs crispy, just like how Lolo makes it back home.
At first, we had an idea of creating retail space, but the idea evolved to something more value and character, which is evident inside and all around the box. And that's how the box was created. At the heart of the box is collaboration. We want to bring communities together through exciting events, which is great value for our tenants and for tourism industry as well. That's what it is all about here at the box, connecting people in this vibrant ecosystem. Thriving together.
Tapsilog is a traditional Filipino cuisine. It's also one of Rasicheria Cafe's signature dishes. It is prepared by using thin slices of meat and curing them with salt and spices as a preservation method. Now I usually prefer my tapsilogs crispy, just like how Lola makes it back home.
At first, we had an idea of creating retail space, but the idea evolved to something more value and character, which is evident inside and all around the box. And that's how the box was created.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Weekend Warriors X ESB League of Legends Online Tournament. This is going to be the match number 6 between Itka T1 against Team Insight. We have Itka T1 on the blue side this time. They are going to go with the first ban, which is the Maokai. And yeah, here we go again. Let's go. We're gaming. We're gaming.
And gaming we are going to see a very interesting Cho'Gath and Maokai ban. In all fairness, I think neither of us scouted the team, so we actually don't know what they main and whatnot, which is, totally fine.
More than anything, it's probably like a comfort ban sort of thing,
Which is probably true. You never know. It's like, oh, this guy plays a lot of Cho'Gath, or we don't like Cho'Gath. Let's just ban this guy. But so far the bans are, I do not want to say they are meta bans, but they seem to be more like these are things that we don't want to deal with.
Yeah, makes a lot of sense.
And so far, we have an interesting mix of bans right now. We have like one ban for each role so far for both teams. We're just going to wait for this last ban over here for Team Insight.
And it is going to be a Thresh ban. Maybe just, interesting pick. I'm not sure. But first pick coming in for Loki Freya. What you going to go for, my guy? Eight seconds left. What is it gonna be? What is it gonna be? I don't know. And it's gonna be... Yo, Nautilus, let's go!
That's gonna be a very interesting Nautilus pick. I actually do like Nautilus picks in general, just because it's very it's a very tanky. It's I don't want to die for this. It's a slightly upgraded Thresh. Thresh may be like, who is this guy? Where is he? Where does he live?
Who's this Coco? You think? What are you trying to say about Thresh, huh? I don't know, because like the thing is with Nautilus, his kit is, I wouldn't say simple, but like it is simple, huh? Compared to
not for me. Nautilus is the offensive version of Thresh.
Yeah. Thresh is more supporty. You
throw away the shield for your ally. That's it.
Yeah.
And then you go all in.
Yeah.
He's like the Leona version of Thresh.
Yeah, you can say that. Yeah. I vibe. I allow it.
All right, so we're gonna see a very interesting Zac pick. I do like Zac. For me, what it telegraphs for me is that they are going to go for a very tanky composition, which is actually very nice, because if you look at for Insight right now, they already locked in a Xayah Braum combo, which is not a bad combo by all means. It's just that by picking an ADC so early, you actually allow your opponents to say, okay, we can draft a more tanky composition, because Xayah can deal damage, but she doesn't shred tanks, not like a few other hyper carries would. As we see a Mordekaiser pick, that's a little bit interesting.
Mordekaiser pick for the top lane, not bad at all, I feel. But what you said about Xayah and the Braum, if you like, especially if you're trying to funnel them as your main carries, they can easily get counter picked even, by draft or whatever else. So we'd love to see it. Cassiopeia is going to be the next one, as well as the Orianna. Surprisingly, no, not surprisingly, Orianna into Zac into Nautilus even is actually pretty good. A pretty decent wombo combo in the early on game, in the game, especially during team fights as of late. So makes a lot of sense to why they would preemptively ban the Orianna.
I will say the Orianna pick is a little bit interesting. The Orianna ban would be a little bit more interesting. But I feel like a Cassiopeia ban was actually a good telegraph one, because that prevents their engages from being stopped, especially because we have Nautilus, Zac, and Tristana, who are very jump heavy champions. And here's the fun thing: I would say this right now, which please don't kill me for this. This is where the Poppy pick would have been nice.
True, 100% agree with you on that one, my guy. And let's not talk about it. And that is gonna be a set in the top lane for Team Insight. And Itka, what you gonna do, fam?
And so far we have Zach as jungle,
Oh my
Nautilus,
goodness.
Tristana bot lane. I'm expecting, yeah, I was about to say, I was expecting Silas for the mid lane, and I think for top lane it's going to be a bit interesting. Against a Mordekaiser, I would feel that we might see either a tanky champion towards the end of maybe something like Shen, a supportive tanky champion. If not, we're going to see a more engaged heavy one. So maybe Gangplank Fiora if Shambles does play it.
Affiliates is a weird pick, quote unquote, weekend worst. Never forget through that. Kick W. Kick W.
It's going to be a Nico.
Oh, okay. So Silas and nah.
It's still, I think it's still going to be a Zac jungle. It's going to be Silas mid and Nico top, which is a terrible idea. I think it's better Silas top and Nico mid.
Mm-hmm.
But honestly, either way, I do not like it.
What is up with these drafting, man?
So we're going to see a very, very interesting draft from Inside. I'm going to start there first. Inside has a very, very tank-heavy composition. It's almost as if Xayah doesn't exist.
Mm-hmm.
Set's going to go in. Galio's going to go in. Brom's just going to put a quick shield. And Mordekaiser is also going to... Mordekaiser is actually just going to delete somebody, right? He's going to pick the Tristana, he's going to pick up Silas. Or you know what? Even pick up a Zac just to stop the engage.
Yeah.
Right?
And then Xayah's just like there in the background. Background auto-attacking and whatnot.
I'll say this. I was not a fan of the Brom early pick just because they realized this and they actually picked like almost no skill shot champions. True. So which means that the Brom shield is going to be relatively ineffective. It's still going to be useful, but not as effective because a Nico ultimate is actually not going to do anything with is actually not going to be protected by a Brom shield, right? Set is actually a good pick here for Team Insight, just more because if Nautilus or Zac decides to go in, a Set ultimate against both of them into the enemy backline would be quite a lot of damage, right? You would say
a lot of damage. But the thing is, like, if you have a Tristana, she can just jump away. Silas can just dash away. Nico, maybe the only exception, but you just need to land a very good Set ultimate to deal the damage.
And when you look on the side of Itka, right? Itka is a more I would say a more diving composition. So whereas Insight has a more of where all tanks will run you down, Itka's composition is more of a catch, right? They have Zac who is going to jump into the backline, catch someone off guard who's just slightly out of position. You have Silas, you have Nico who are going to kind of sneak in to look for an all-in engage. The only problem with this is that the way that the composition works for both these teams, I would say that Itka is on a slight disadvantage. More because they have no choice but to rush early, and I mean very early, Leandries. Especially for Nico. Silas, you could do without, but the thing is with Mordekaiser, Set, Galio, and Brom, they are all extremely tanky. Galio being anti-mage as well. And you look at the side of Itka, right? Itka has 4 AP users. Unless they are going to go for on-hit Nico or AD Nico,
I don't think so.
Galio is actually going to have a field day just not taking damage from anybody. He probably only needs 1 Thornmill and let his team deal with Tristana while he's going to absorb all the magic damage from the entire team of Itka.
And then that'd probably be game. But hey, we can only foresee things so far. Maybe, all of this weird team picking or like whatnot is just a ruse. Maybe they are comfort picks. Maybe they're very flexible in what they're picking. Who knows? But hey, very off meta, right?
Yeah, exactly. I feel like the only change I would have made to the draft for Insight is actually I don't know if I would have liked the Xayah pick. Like, sure, the Xayah pick is smart in the way that you have an escape, but I think a Tristana pick first would have been way stronger because if you have 4 tanks, you kind of want a long range ADC to catch up to them, and at least they have an escape. Xayah has as an escape, but it's not as good as running away. Not against this composition.
Substitute for Xayah would either be a Tristana, because Tristana Brom with the bot lane would be muy deadly, especially.
You're thinking of Kai'Sa, right?
Yes, I'm definitely thinking of Kai'Sa as a substitute. Kai'Sa would be super busted, especially if she gets fed enough, she can just, long range
Kaisa would have
missile.
been perfect for this composition, I think, because
Very perfect.
especially with the whole team going all in, Kaisa can just say, "All right, y'all on it. All right, I'm coming too."
All right,
Click
press R and get kill.
go for the void assault, right? Whereas for we have was it Itka on the left side? Yeah,
Yep, it on the left
Itka
side.
on the blue team. Their composition is in a bit of a wish wash. They have a late game insurance in Tristana, but so far all of our games so far they've all been done by mid game, which means that in order for them to do something really good, Mordekaiser has to get fed early.
Mordekaiser fed early game could be a possibility.
And against a Silas, he has a chance.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying he has no chance, but he has a better chance, right? Both of them are going to be in an interesting matchup where Silas has a lot of health regeneration from W. So as long as Mordekaiser pushes the engage after Silas uses his W, then Mordekaiser is going to have a good time trying to chase him down. If Mordekaiser does not engage after the W is wasted, then it's going to be in favor of Silas.
And the thing is, even if, I don't know, Mordekaiser, if he were to say, losing against the Salas top lane, we have Birdio there, Galio, they can just swap, if anything.
If anything goes wrong, exactly. And actually, we actually don't know if they're going to be mid or top yet, but I'm pretty sure it's a Mordekaiser top and a Galio mid, because then Galio can kind of support both lanes, right?
Mm-hmm.
That being said, the mid lane is going to be a bit interesting. Galio versus Nico. I think Galio has the slight advantage and also has lane priority, just because his ult allows him to reach really far, really quick.
Mm-hmm.
And with the teleport gang, they can do a lot with that. Nico. The thing about Nico is that I haven't seen very good Nico plays yet.
Ooh,
in terms of using the passive. A lot of good Nico plays so far has been like, oh, I landed a good ult, but it's been a while, especially for in the Brunei scene. It's been a very long while since I've seen a good use of the Nico passive to pretend that you're somebody else.
Because I feel like people tend to overlook that passive. To an
Yeah,
extent.
the game is frozen for me too. Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it. Here we go. Back again. Alright, let me rearrange everybody. Here we go. From the looks of it, that is gonna be what everyone is trying to go for. And here we go. All probably like a 5-man peekaboo on towards top side river. They do have the Nautilus though. If they manage to catch someone, that's probably gonna be big. Nautilus with the hook, as well as Silas with his, E and the what's his name? Oh, yep, there we go. That is gonna be Dredge line. He is gonna land towards the set, and Set is gonna get hooked. And perma CC, and that is gonna be first blood for Itka T1. Fastest first blood ever. That was like what, 20 seconds? Not 20. Just
That
kidding.
was like a 40-second first,
40-second
30-second first blood. But
Yeah.
I tell you one thing I don't like. That flash is just dumb.
I mean, okay, I'm gonna move it back. He was here.
That was a flash in a straight line.
Yeah, he probably could have flashed out towards the wall on the right side here. And
Exactly. It's
Dodge.
either you do
Oh,
that or
CC.
don't burn the flash and admit you're dead.
but I
Now
don't know.
you burn your flash, which means that it sets up for Team Ixa. It's Ixa, right? Yeah, Itka.
Ixa.
Sorry. It sets up
Itka,
for Team
Itka.
Itka to go very aggressive into a counter jungle situation if they decide to do it.
If they decide to do it.
So it looks like both teams right now they do know where both junglers started. And sorry, excuse me. It looks like we're gonna have a quick advantage by
Nico.
Itka right now. And here is another Crux start.
Yep, from the looks of it. And Set is gonna head on towards the Gromp. Makes a lot of sense, one opponent probably can DPS a bit fast.
Yeah, exactly. 1-2 punch.
And the thing is, they do have vision, so they know who's who. And Loki Freya is gonna engage a bit early on, but that is gonna be the passive from Brom, trying to delay the engage. And Loki Freya taking a lot of damage there, forced to use a couple of pots. And ooh, here we go. That is gonna be a couple of combos coming from the Silas. Can't read his name, couple of boxes, but the passive from Mordekaiser doing a lot of damage. A couple more auto attacks, and that is gonna be another passive Mordekaiser is just so busted.
Yes, but
And
here's the
wait a
thing.
minute. Oh,
Yeah.
that is going to be a couple of flashes from both of them, and that is the passive from Silas. Another kill for Itka T1. What we
I
say.
was just about to say I did not like how the Mordekaiser was playing because you had Conquerors up and you were running away. You should have kept auto attacking because in the long fight, Mordekaiser does more damage than Silas because once Silas uses his W, that's what I said earlier. Once Silas uses his W, he has no healing option. That's when you go in, that's when you punish him because your passive is going to come out really, really quick. And that was a very wasted opportunity for him to get his own kill for Mordekaiser.
It's. I feel like Mordekaiser could have played that a bit better. He did not have the flash. He does have minion control as well during that fight. He managed to clear Silas's minions. If he could have fought it a bit better, they probably would have won. And Shambles is gonna land a couple of shots on towards Namze. But Galio being Galio tanks everything, just soaks everything up, and is still pretty much fine.
As we look at top lane, it's going to be a setup against the Silas right away. Silas thinks he can make it out actually, but Set's coming in, slowly going to walk in right there with the red buff. There's not much he can do.
Oh, he is going to miss
missed
the
dash,
chains.
actually, and that's going to be a quick kill going onto the Set right there. That is a just crucial misplay from Silas right there.
Oh, oh, I have my thing. Okay, never mind. We're back. We're back. I'm gonna put this away.
All right, as we just look at the game right now, it's going to be 4 minutes. You can see bot lane is actually having a good roam right now. They are just securing a little bit of vision. I don't think they actually are going to rotate to mid, but this is a play that we haven't seen actually from the other two games so far, which is one is that it's a bit more even. As we see here, Silas is going for it, engage, and look at that damage that he's dealing. There's a lot of advantage onto Silas already.
Yeah, and the thing is, Nautilus. Mordekaiser does not have teleport up, so he's forced to reset. I'm not sure if he even reset it in the first place, but
He did not reset in the first place, which was a really bad move. That's you get what they call a phantom recall, which is basically a free recall where you don't actually lose anything. And he wasted on it, and looks like Silas actually has set up a very good lane freeze right now on his lane. So that's going to be a lot of minions lost for the Mordekaiser right now. So as we look into the game, 5 minutes in, we had really, really aggressive first bloods, but so far, after that, there's not too much happened in the map so far. After that, it's been kind of even for both teams. Minus top lane aside, we can see mid lane is 32 each. ADCs are both 35, 36 each. As we can see here, Set's actually going on to the Nautilus right away, but it's going to be a 2v1 turnaround, and the Tristana is going to rocket jump away, and they're going to quickly disengage just like that.
if Tristana did jump there, probably would have been a very good sandwich snipe coming in from the bot lane of Team Insight. And that is gonna be Silas missing his second chain, and that is 2 team fights. And but the thing is though, Mordekaiser does have minion advantage, and Silas is tanking a lot of it. He is gonna get the life steal off. Will it be enough? Silas does have his corruption potions up. But no, so far so good. I feel like Mordekaiser, if he doesn't play it properly, he is gonna lose against the Silas. Even though we predicted the Silas would have been losing, and Silas is already level 6. Yep, that is gonna be a Death Realm coming in, and Casper is gonna land the hook on, not the hook, the pull on towards Loki Freya. He is gonna get stunned. The Haymaker is gonna be there. Kai Cup is gonna get another kill on towards Loki Freya, but Casper, he barely makes it out there alive. No vision coming in for Amaragaki, but that is going to be another kill for Purple Minion, and the stun is going to land on Purple Minion, but not going to amount to much. And Namze is going to lose against Shambles in the mid lane fight. We did not manage to see it, but the bot lane fight there, well played, well played.
That was such a shame for Team Itka right there. The Tristana thinking that she got the kill, flash auto and walked away, only to realize that Set was still alive. That could have actually resulted in a triple kill for them, and that just didn't go well.
Did not go well indeed. I feel like they had an advantage a little bit, but like, I don't know. I don't know. They messed up.
There's something as being a little bit too overconfident with the damage you have, and that definitely is one of that situation. Slightly unfortunate, not too bad though. Either way, it's gonna be a advantage for Team Itka right now so far. Silas just commanding top lane right now. Mordekaiser is actually just not doing well already at this point. That's gonna be a good grab right there, but he's not gonna doesn't re-engage onto it. That's such a waste.
Goodness.
And
the thing
he
is,
actually loses that trait right there.
as you said that he was not doing well, and when you look at the CS, he's like what, almost 20 CS behind. He was sort of leading it in the first place, but the Silas is just showing a lot of dominance, and the sidestep coming in from the Galio, looking mighty fine. Probably a dancer, who knows? Who knows? Eight minutes in, and so far 4 and 2, and that is going to be the engage from Ganku. He is going to be level 6 first, and the root is not going to land, and that is the ultimate from Tristana. Going to get the first kill, 1 versus 1 with the Xayah. GG, I'm not GG, but we'll play.
And this is the problem when you run cleanse on an ADC in 2020. Honestly, if you run cleanse, you generally want to play extremely safe, especially if you're alone. You just wait for the minis to go under your turret, and in a scenario like that, you had almost no reason to be in front, and that was just something that Xayah paid for with their life. Essentially, like, you could have flashed away way before the Nautilus came in. As we can see, they are setting up another play for bot lane right now. Slowly sneaking, like they're waiting for their prey. Xayah's just slowly going closer to them.
Oh my goodness. No
They
vision.
do not know this is happening,
No
and they're going to catch
anything.
up.
Kai Cup is going to face check, and that is going to be the final route, and Kai Cup is taking a lot of damage. Teleport coming in from the Morgan. No, it's cancelled. Was it cancelled? Yes, it looks like it was cancelled. Namze is not going to manage to land a teleport. He does not have his... No, he does have ultimate. And Loki Freya ended up losing that fight.
Exactly. So the one thing they didn't respect, especially for the Nautilus, was that you have to remember, if you want to go all in on the Braum, the moment you see 2 stacks of passive, you have to run, and especially against Xayah, like, you get stunned, and then Xayah gets to lay feathers for free, and right after you think the stun is over, you get rooted right away. So you actually have about 4 seconds of CC where you stay completely put. And if they kite you like that, that is just guaranteed death. And that was a very, very good turnaround from Insight, in my opinion.
Yeah, I feel like it underestimated their damage. Kai Cup there, you know what? Can we just face check this? And the thing is, Nautilus wasn't even level 6 yet during that team fight. So maybe if he was sick, probably would have made a bit of a difference. But
oh, it would have made a lot of difference. They could have used the ultimate to at least go on to the Xayah. But look at that far range jump from the Zac right there. Actually, almost going to kill the Galio already. And here comes Tristana in. I'm going to gank you. Here's his name. And that's what he did.
He ganked him, got a kill, and there he goes. Gonna leave mid lane. You know what? Okay, Nico, you can farm. Just gonna do something else. And that is gonna be Delanco. No. Not doing. He hasn't backed out from the looks of it. He does have teleport, and it looks like it's gonna be another dragon take. And it seems relatively uncontested. They do not have any vision on their team. Insight is gonna back off, and that is gonna be Ocean Drake for T1.
And I'm really liking things going well for Team Itka right now. It's just the early game first blood was actually really well. If you look at the composition from the early game perspective, right, they had a very, very strong level 1, which means that you actually don't want to run into them. And the fact that they were not kind of paying attention and keeping gang routes open for level 1 cheese just shows that, it's a little bit of practice that you kind of have to realize that what team is good for level 1 and what team is not good in a level 1 fight. And especially with Nautilus, you have Zac, you have Silas, level 1.
Oh, there we go. Death Realm time. And there is Casper moving in onto the top lane. He is going to find him. And, Showstopper is not going to land anywhere. And Silas is going to flash out of there. Managed to
That was a slightly off-angle Showstopper, I think.
If he was like
It
at
could
the
have gone
back a
slightly
little bit.
better, but look at Silas right there.
He's trying to go in again. A little bit too overzealous there. Even though he does have Mordekaiser's ultimate. But the thing is, he does not have flash. If he manages to, make a mistake during the team fight, he gonna regret that.
But that was such a smart play by the Mordekaiser, like, you start a fight and then you use your ultimate and you bait the Silas into thinking it's going to be a full 1v1 commit, and then when you come back from the Shadow Realm, the next thing you know,
Oh, but
it's a
for
set
the looks
behind
of
you.
it does look like a 1v1 commit, but Set is on his way there, and Death Realm Timer is finally gonna go out. Set with the CC Haymaker is not gonna. Oh, that was a beautiful block from Casper, and he is gonna get some of that, and that is gonna be the Galio making his way down top lane, and that is going to be the death of Silas. Yo, that flash from the Set was actually
That
big
was an
brain.
MVP flash.
That was big brain, my guy. Dude. Okay, I love
I'm
that.
happy.
I'm happy. That was play of the game. Okay.
So I believe you're making a highlight reel. That is the only highlight of today's game.
Oh, man. You see that, guys? If you want to make it to the highlight reels, gotta make some plays, fam. And that is gonna be Namze. Rooted and booted, not gonna go anywhere. 6 and 4 in favor for Itka T1. What? 2K goal? Like 1K? 1K gold lead ahead in favor for Itka.
You know, when you think about it, that is a lot of intuition that has to go into flash the Silas
Yeah.
chain.
I feel like you need to be like in the zone to be able to like figure this out. Unless, you know, just a lot of game experience more than anything, right?
Anyway, respect to that. That was such a good play.
Yes, that was.
Anyway, I think for the first time, 14 minutes in, the teams are relatively even. There's only a 1,000 gold lead actually an advantage for Team Itka right now.
Not
And
a lot
as
of
we can see-
plates too being taken.
Exactly. Both teams have been more gang rotation heavy, so we haven't seen too much plates being taken. Especially because most of the fights at top lane, they end up like really low, so it's not really worth to try and get a plate when the junglers are always nearby. As we can see here, the Silas is just asserting dominance onto the Mordekaiser right now. Not much the Mordekaiser can do at this point.
Actually, it actually feels bad, man. But I feel like even Phantasm, I think Phantasm. No, Inside.
Yeah. No, it's not
Inside,
Phantasm.
yeah.
What are you doing?
Team Inside. Why did you say yes then? Anyways, Team Inside, they're not particularly like winning per se, but so far they are doing well. Especially Mordekaiser, even though he's somewhat behind, he's still keeping CS.
Exactly.
Only like what, by 10
Mordekaiser
to 20
actually
CS
managed
behind.
to keep up again, which is great.
Yeah, which is.
But I feel like the problem that's actually happening right now is that I feel like lane for lane, the laners are actually doing relatively. I would say that the advantage is slightly for Itka, but the reason why things are not going too well for Inside right now is actually that the rotations from Itka is just so much cleaner.
Yeah. And the first blood probably messed them up a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Yeah, to an extent. And here we go again, trying to bait out the Mordekaiser, the Silas, but the pink ward is still there, and the ward on towards Tribush. Yep, he is gonna spot it out. Casper.
And so far, we've yet to. I believe we've only seen the first ultimate from Galio so far. We have yet to see a second ultimate coming in. And here's the fun part for me, right? Which is, if you're the Galio, you would try to want to finish pushing the lane. Oh, we're gonna have a team fight. I mean, a fight on top lane right away.
Yep.
Set's gonna get ready for the showstopper right away, and this time he does not actually get it in time. But it's gonna be another Mordekaiser ult actually coming in.
Oh, he is gonna use the
Set is actually
showstopper.
trouble, but he's Haymaker, and he's gonna have just enough shield, and it should be a good kill. But look at that!
Oh, Zach just made his
He's
way,
gonna
but
get
that
it.
is the Zach. What's his name?
The kill out with Zed right there, and that's gonna be so sad.
Yo, that is a very well timed ultimate from the Galio. That is Team Insight is doing very, very well. They did trade in the top lane. 2 top lane kills for Dragon, which is sort of beneficial in the long run, but at the same time, this gives them a lot of breathing room for Mordekaiser as well as the Set during, you know, their fights. So,
Oh, definitely. And this is the one thing I actually said I wanted to talk about the Galio. But before that, we have it engaged onto bot lane right now. Let's see if they actually respect the stun from Braum. It looks like they're going to run this time. And look at Nico actually still going in despite being so low, knowing that she has the advantage once Galio has blown all those spells.
Galio doing respectable amount of damage. And the thing is, during that team fight just now, Braum missed his ultimate. He landed it on towards the Nautilus instead of the Tristana, but I feel like if he would have landed it on towards the Tristana, would have been, you know, a bit more favorable, I would say.
Exactly. You know what I liked about the game so far? One, the side is actually even. We don't have a stop.
Yeah, it's been going very back and forth.
What I did want to say was the Galio ult, right? The Galio ult was what made the big difference right there. But look at bot lane. It looks like they're going to set up for a dive right now. We have Casper right now just getting ready for a counter gang. And he's actually going to go in, but it looks like Tristana's going to rocket jump away if they sense something is not going right and they just decide to disengage. A lot of discipline coming out right now from Team Itka.
Yeah, but that is going to be... They are going to be spotted out. And the thing is, Mordekaiser does have teleport up if he wants to, you know, join the fray and trying to help him out in case a big team fight does break out. But from the looks of it, yeah, no, they're not. Itka is going to gain control over bot side jungle and clear out a couple of pink wards there and just, you know, relax a little bit in the chill. And, Dilangkong doing Mordekaiser things up in the top lane. And that is going to be first turret coming in for Itka T1. Couple of moolah in the bag. So far, so good.
And right now for Itka, actually, things are actually not looking as good as it once was because the gold lead is staying at 1k, which means that both teams are kind of stagnant right now. And the problem that is going to come with this is that the Sylas is actually not winning his lane anymore, right? He's asserting dominance in his lane, which is great. But the thing is, he's so susceptible to ganks that despite the ward coverage that they have, he's still getting killed in the lane, which means that either he has to play a bit more defensively or not give so many kills away because he may have 30 more CS, but the thing is, I believe gold-wise, the Mordekaiser is actually only behind about 100 to 200 gold right now.
And that's only like
Which
what, one
means
wave?
that-
No, not one wave.
No, he's down 20 CS, which means that is a one champion kill. So if the Mordekaiser is only down 150 gold, it means that the assist money has caught up to it.
Oh, it does. It looks like it's going to be a lane swap. Silas is going to be in the bot lane, and Mordekaiser now has to deal with another threat, which is the
But look at the
Tristana.
Mordekaiser
Okay.
going for the Tristana, a 1v1, singling him out. And look at the Tristana, almost dead right there. Galio coming in with the heroic.
Oh, that is a
Look
very
at this.
beautiful
I mean,
Galio
right there.
ultimate, and that is going to be another chain CC from the Braum. But the thing is, it's not a lot of... I mean, Nikos did not manage to land all of that. Only managed to hit like a couple of teams. And Silas is going to push down, run it down bot lane. From the looks of it, yo, that ultimate for Rum the Galio was lit. Killed him during...
I mean, that's what you call the hero's entrance.
But the thing, Silas though, no one's going to be able to deal with him. He has been running it down bot lane. And let me pan on towards him a little bit. And that is going to be another second inhibitor. Hey, no, second turret for Itka T1. Even though they sort of lost that team fight and they have been caught up, it also feels like, never mind.
Look at Galio going
they
in.
got
He
a
gets
gold lead.
caught on Nico right now. Nico's already on half HP, running away.
And that is Casper again. Another 1v1 against the Silas. Silas is doing a lot. He does still have his corrupting potions on. And he does have Proto Belt. So he can spell vamp a lot from that. And that is an ultimate being stolen from Set. So if he wants to go in for the engage and play it a little bit risky, which he is not trying to do. So he's going to get the one tap onto the turret and prep up for the next dragon. Insight has good vision on dragon, if I do say so myself. Bot lane River, look at that.
I like what it. All right, I like what Ika is doing right now, which is they kind of realize that they're not winning in team fights, and they're opting for the 4-1 split push. Right? It's not the best scenario you can be in, but it's the second best scenario to salvage out of. And look at the Nautilus actually clearing the ward alone. That is a very dangerous move. This is something you should never do. If you're a support main and you do this and you die, you deserve it.
You're gonna get flamed so hard if anything happens. If you were playing solo queue, and that is gonna be an uncontested dragon for Itka T1. They have 3 dragons in their belt, so I feel like the advantage from dragon is gonna scale the later the game goes.
We'll see how it goes so far, because I would say that if Team Insight can actually start getting dragons right after this, the scaling actually will favor. Sorry, I forgot. I just brain fart. I forgot the name. Team Insight far. Because the thing is, this is a Cloud Dragon, which means that if they manage to even just get 2 dragons, the heroic entrance from the Galio is gonna make...
Yeah.
We're gonna get more highlight reels.
Oh, the stun. Could've, should've, would've. But not gonna be enough. And Galio is gonna try and disrupt the bot lane. The thing is though, Inside is not having a lot of turrets, so even if that was the case, they are only behind again like 1k gold. They did manage to Itka managed to snowball it a little bit, 2k, but Inside just managed to keep up with it.
I don't think it's a snowball anymore. At this point, I would say the game is dead even. The only run thing that's going well for Team Itka is that they have 3 dragons, which means that they have a relative combat advantage against this. At this point, I would say the Ocean Drag has almost no value to them, just because the fights have been so quick. Like, we haven't had like an extended team fight, like not a fight that lasts for like 45 seconds to a minute, right? Most of these fights are like finished within 25 to 30 seconds, which means that the Ocean Drake doesn't really come in as strong. Whereas right now, if I were Team Insight, I'd be fine because they have 3 dragons and we're winning fights. So if you think about it, if they get even 1 Cloud Dragon or 2, the engage potential from Team Insight is going to be so strong that Team Itka would not be able to deal with it. Like right now, Itka has the advantage that they have a pushing advantage. They do have I believe 3 turrets right now compared to the 1. But the thing is, the turret advantage right now has almost no meaning, because the way that Team Insight is playing, it doesn't matter what the difference in towers is. As you can see, an engage onto the Mordekaiser right there. An engage onto the Silas right there. Not going to be too fruitful. I would have saved that ult to get an ADC out of it.
But the thing is, now that ultimate is in the hands of Silas, so it might not work out too well for him. Galio is still pushing it down in the bot lane, and the dredge line almost landed. Not gonna blind though. And Galio is making his way.
Team is actually looking for a fight right now. It might not look like it, but they are waiting for a fight because Galio is actually waiting at the backline with the heroic entrance right there.
Just waiting, trying to opportune the moment, but it's not there. It's not there yet.
So 25 minutes into the game, we are dead even in kills. Well, I would say it's dead even. Only 2,000 gold advantage for Team Itka right now. We look at because it's even right now. We'll just look at the gold values for both parties, and we can see that in terms of gold, we can see that Galio actually press X, by the way. We can see that Galio actually has the most gold on his team right now with about 9,000. But the thing is, he's actually a really tanky champion, and ideally you want your gold to go to the Zarya, whereas on Team Itka, Tristana does have most sort of gold, and that's where you do want your gold. So I would say in terms of gold efficiency, Team Itka has it, but the problem is Insight has better teamfight engaged so far.
And that's the thing. Another thing to quickly to note is that Insight has not put out like a full-blown 5v5 yet. Or like both of these teams actually. There's no big 5v5. It's only like what? 3v3s? It's not even like a 3v4 or something. So it's been relatively small fight skirmishes and not like a full-blown big team fight. But from the looks of it, Dragon is gonna be spawning up soon. They've been picking Dragon in about a minute. So we can hopefully see a big team fight on towards Dragon.
Exactly, and this is where Team Insight actually needs to prepare for a Dragon take any regardless. What I actually didn't like from Insight that I forgot to mention is that their war control is on the weak side, and especially that they know that Dragon was going to come up. They should have prepared for it. And look at that, they are actually just going to concede the 4th Cloud Dragon.
Yeah.
That's going to be a Dragon Soul for Team Itka, and this is going to be terrible. The Hero's entrance coming in, that's going to be a good flash right now, but they're going in, they're going hard on him, they're going to get the taunt, and Silas is going to die, right? No, he's not.
Oh no, he's gonna make it out alive, but will Baron hit him?
That's
Everyone is
gonna
gonna be flashing him. And that is an ultimate from Zaya, and that is definitely not gonna be worth it. And look at here. We have Itka trying to go in for the engage there, and that is Nico with the 4-man engage! And that is gonna be the hero's entrance from Silas. A lot of CC, double kill for the Tristana. Will he get some more? That is Dredgeline. Nautilus getting another one, and I'm gonna gank you. He's gonna get a triple kill. Mordekaiser is only gonna manage to get Nico, but the damage, the CC coming in, and it's gonna be a quadra kill for I'm gonna gank you. That is gonna be an ace. This is the full-on 5v5s I want to see. And the thing is, Inside Blue so much like abilities just trying to get Silas, and he didn't even reset. He just pressed R, CC'd everyone to oblivion, especially chained it pretty well with the Nico, a 1-4-5 and a Baron. Man, oh man,
I'm just gonna say I disagree with Tristana flashing for the quadra.
It's okay.
I don't think it's worth it, but we'll see. We'll see what happens later. Anyway,
Yeah.
What I did want to say was this is what I think Itka has as an advantage over Team Insight, which was Team Insight actually had bot lane control for a good minute. They could have used that time to set up vision for Dragon and contested for it. And the whole reason why Silas did not die in that encounter was because they actually conceded Cloud Dragon.
This like tiny mistakes.
When the heroic entrance came from the Galio, you could see that Silas immediately ulted Galio and started running. At this point, he already had the Dragon Soul. By using his ultimate, he had additional 30% movement speed, in addition to the movement speed that you get in the jungle. That means that none of your skill shots will land because you have to stay put to throw a skill shot, and Silas is just going to run.
Gotta go fast.
Exactly, gotta go fast. And this is this is like an oversight that should not have been made. Like, the engage onto Silas was good.
You know what
on
that
pen
means?
and paper. But giving away the Force Dragon was a terrible idea. And this is what happened because of it.
Team Insight doesn't have any oversight. You know what's gonna happen next? Hey, Lame Duke, I will stop now. I was no. Okay, here we go again, back into the game, and that is gonna be a 2-man push up in the top lane. Mordekaiser can't even try to deal with that, and Casper, oh, he dukes all of that, but that is, he's just gonna go dead. He's not even gonna try and use his haymaker. Not gonna be enough time. Got instantly deleted, and Casper is gonna disconnect a little bit. Not sure if it's GG or he's like, nah, he's gonna reconnect. It's fine. And that is gonna be a Death Realm for the Nautilus. And
you know what's the funny thing? Mordekaiser actually killed himself by doing that.
Yeah, he can't run away, and you can't
he
press
can't
it.
run from his own shadow rough.
And you can't press it to get rid of it too, so like that's gonna be a big oof. And that is purple minion gonna go back in. That is heroic entrance, reused again, stolen. But that is the Nico ultimate is gonna land on towards the Braum. Purple minion is gonna get a kill on towards Kai Cup. It does look like GG, but they're gonna secure a couple of inhibitor towers and a couple of inhibitors before they're trying to
can't
end
push
it.
for the end right now.
Yeah.
Just more because everyone actually
Unless...
respawns. They actually want to catch everyone off one by one, and that's going to be a kill. Casper right there.
Go down.
Silence is actually going to die to too many turret shots right there, and it's going to be a very, very messy one. Tristana trying to get for the other kill, cleanses out of the pond right there, and this is what I mean by
How
they
are
can't
they still alive?
Yeah, they pushed a little more than they should have.
A little bit more.
That was actually really good. I'm not gonna lie. It's just that, you know, they can't end the game because everyone's spawn ready. If it was a full-fledged 5v5 fight with all of them at half HP or less, that would have been an easy throw, right? And you don't want to do that. We're on stream. You don't want to show people how you throw.
And I feel like instead of forcing it down mid, like they could have rotated towards bot lane because they had like a full minion wave pushing down in the bot lane. They could have used, they still had Baron for like a couple of seconds, so they probably would have gotten something, at least something, out of getting bot lane inhibitor turret or something instead of forcing it down mid. Yes, they did manage to get a couple of kills, but at this point, is it really worth it though? Probably not. Who knows? But right now, 32 minutes in, 16 and 10 in favor for Itka T1. 9k gold lead and looking good for them. Since Team Insight can't even try to push outside of the base. As Coco said before, their vision game has been a little bit weak, I feel. Because if you look at the supports even
really weak in my opinion.
yeah, I mean okay, just look at the supports. Nautilus has 74, vision score, and the Brum only has 37. That's like twice as many.
Exactly. When you're behind, it's understandable, but that your war score won't be high. The thing is, if your jungler has a better war score than you, that's a problem.
True.
So right now, for Team Itka, it's pretty much textbook League of Legends at this point. They're gonna secure the Elder Dragon, which is hopefully going to secure this game in the next 3 minutes. If we remember, the Elder Dragon has now an execute if you have less than, I believe, 10 or 15% HP.
Yep, and that execute is actually busted during team fights. Especially from the, everyone is fit. Tristana has 9 kills, she doesn't have an Infinity Dash, and LGA, and Nico, Zonya, so it's gonna be a bit hard to just, 0 to 100 to 0 them instantly. It's gonna be a bit too hard. And as well as the Stylist having the stopwatch, so a lot of, how would you say it? They can prolong the games, essentially. Prolong the team fights, I mean. So it's gonna be a bit hard for Insight to try and kill them.
It's going to be very tough for Insight right now. Even if in an ideal world they can actually, we're going to have a team fight. That's going to be a very good showstopper right there. Going to get 3 people already. But then look at the Nico. Oh, actually, 3 people right there. We're going to have Set running away already. But look at that messy team fight. We're going to have the first kill right now from Tristana. That's going to be a jump from Tristana forward and a flash backwards. And he's going to almost blow his card to Angel right there. But it's going to be a 4-4-0 exchange. And that's going to be game right away. They're looking for the extra kill right there. Nico almost dying. I think an extra turret shot or two. Oh,
no! She actually died! Oh, Tristana maybe trying to look for it. And no, that is going to be GG for it. Yep. Yeah, that is going to be GG for Itka T1. Coco, I'm going to apologize for cutting you off a little bit too early the game before this. Any closing thoughts of the game?
I feel like Insight
because
did well in a lot of things, but their biggest thing that caused them to fail was that their macro play was bad. They had a lot of good team fight executions against Itka, because we saw all those Galio ults, right? They were highlight worthy. They were so good.
Whew.
But the problem was after they won a team fight, they didn't really secure vision. And this is what led them to lose 3 dragons that they shouldn't have lost.
Because the thing is, before game even started, we literally gaslighted them. Because we think, okay, they have a good, they had a good draft. It's just that during in-game, it's a little bit hard to execute, I feel.
So, no, we said they had a decent draft, but I think we both agreed that the 80 carry was something that we didn't like. And this showed why.
Yeah,
if you had any other ADC that was not Xayah, even Ashe would do.
Caitlyn would even do.
Caitlyn. I can't think anymore. Kaisa, the 3 of these ADCs, you have a bit of more long range initiation, right? The thing about the Xayah is that Xayah is a mid range Xayah is a mid range ADC, which against this team is a terrible idea.
Terrible.
Because once you get trapped, there's no running for Xayah. You're all in.
And I feel like the thing is we were leaning heavily towards Team Insight as well, not just draft. Because one thing is draft, but the thing is the amount of dominance that the Tristana and Nautilus put down in the bot lane dealt pretty good. Did a lot of damage. Did more than just dominance, as well as the Silas with his confidence in the top lane, even though he was sort of losing, because he kept dying and all, but it's still there. The dominance from Silas is still there, which made
Alright,
it
if you do me a
even
favor,
better.
can you click continue and just look at the damage graph for both teams?
All right, let's go. All right, we're gonna head on into this. All right, damage graph, advanced details graph.
And this will tell you a lot about how both teams played, right? The was very instrumental for Team Insight in terms of all the heroic entrances. But look at the Zayas damage. The Zayas damage is actually extremely lackluster, right? Even dealing less damage than the Mordekaiser. That's something you don't want to see on your AD carry.
Yeah, I guess draft
And
and
it's not the Zaya's fault because when you're a mid-range ADC against a team that's
initiators.
heavy on initiation, once you're stuck, you're dead.
And that is, I guess that's it for tonight's games. Tonight's games. Oh, for those who can't see Zach's damage, it is 8382. Set damage is 10311. Okay, the overlay is blocking. Let me get rid of the overlay. Wait.
Oh, it's your overlay that's in the way. Okay, never
Okay,
mind.
there we go. Now you guys can see it. Okay, I'm gonna hover it. Okay, chat. There you go. You can see the damage there, and I kind of agree that like how the damage coming in from team not Phantasm, its sight was a little bit low, but I feel like they had good, still they had good drafts early game. But it's just like the confidence in playing a good draft against playing your comfort picks there is a difference,
They lost to Macro, which
Yeah.
was the sad thing. So it's like you got good team fights, but you won the battle, you lost the war, kind of thing, right? This is why Visions is important.
But yeah, I guess that's it for tonight's game. Tune in. Don't forget to tune in tomorrow again, same time around 10 p.m. for next couple of games. Oh, for those who don't know, the battle between I forgot the name.
You
The
forget everything
battle-
right now.
Yes, I forget a lot of things. DTYT against Team Sigma. It was 11-24 in favor for Team Sigma. Team Sigma managed to win and clutch out that fight. It seemed relatively even in the first part, but hey, Team Sigma doing it again. And yeah, gonna sign off soon. And we'd like to thank our sponsors, The Box, Montwater, Rasa Cherry Cafe, and Hatte College. We would also not forget to thank the main sponsor for this evening, Esports Association Brunei. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram for highlights. We're going to post them up tomorrow. For today's highlights, Weekend Warriors BN as well as ESB.BN for Esports Association. And yeah, hope to see you guys again tomorrow. Anything to say before we close off, Mr. Coco?
No, just good night and have a great sahur.
Hey, sahur time, sahur gang. All right.
It's a bit too early for sahur,
It
actually.
is actually still a little bit too early, but maybe you guys want to continue on playing games or whatnot, but hey.
Bah, McD?
Hey! Not sponsored, by the way. All right, see you guys tomorrow.